She also settled the expenses for both families' weddings in advance. Due to Andy's adoptive parents being very poor, they had always been looked down upon by the wealthy mother-in-law, believing that they were not worthy of her family. And when the wealthy mother-in-law learned about the exorbitant wedding expenses, already paid for by Andy's maternal family, she was shocked and wide-eyed on the spot. But then, she deliberately mocked her daughter-in-law, thinking that her son must have paid in advance. Otherwise, how could her maternal family afford such money? Little did she know that her daughter-in-law's biological mother was actually a billionaire. Afterwards, the wealthy woman found Andy's adoptive parents and informed them that she was a friend of Andy's biological mother, leaving behind a whole box of money at their house. This left the entire family stunned. Later, she arrived at Andy's mother-in-law's house, but she didn't immediately reveal her true identity. She had thought that her daughter marrying into a wealthy family was a good choice, but she didn't expect the wealthy mother-in-law to despise her for being an orphan, and even deliberately cause trouble for Andy, taking away the spicy cabbage that was meant for a volunteer group. It wasn't until the next morning that she finished her work. Andy told her mother-in-law that she wanted to rest for a while. Shortly after, members of the volunteer group arrived at the house. The wealthy mother-in-law then pretended to be polite and started to take action. But because Andy hadn't slept all night, she accidentally knocked over the sauce on the table, and it happened to spill on one of the wives of the tycoons. The wealthy mother-in-law was about to scold Andy, but in the next moment, she felt something was off. Carefully looking at the several tycoons' wives, Andy kept apologizing, and explained that it was due to lack of rest that she made a mistake. Unexpectedly, it was at this moment that her sister-in-law spoke up. Now everyone knew the reason, and the wealthy mother-in-law lost face in an instant. However, at that moment, the wealthy mother arrived with a gift for a visit. But as soon as she reached the doorstep, she overheard the tycoons' wives discussing the recent incident, and just as she walked in, she witnessed an angry scene before her eyes.